Hi guys, it is a Tuesday and it is not a Loot Crate, it is not a convention video, this is just a straight up a little bit about me video. This comes after the events that took place at ASIN, and actually what really got this going is last night I had a really bad panic attack. So if you notice, the theme of this video is anxiety, panic attacks, and fun stuff. So, and that is because I had major anxiety attacks over ASIN weekend, and I had a major panic attack last night, and they weren't even triggered. I mean, the panic attack wasn't even triggered by anything that had gone on recently. It was just something that activated myself. So, a little bit about anxiety and panic attacks. I suffer from both. I've suffered from both for years at this point. I wasn't fully diagnosed though with them until a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, something like that. So, but I've been dealing with them for a long time before I was first diagnosed. So, anxiety and panic attacks do actually differ. They're not the same thing. The shakes, the breathlessness, they are not standard with all attacks. Each person's a little different. I have never become, no, it's a lie. When I get a panic attack, I'm most likely to curl up and want to cry. And then I'll feel like really short of breath, and I'll be really anxious, and the panic attack will just get worse and worse as it progresses. Anxiety for me, I usually just want to curl up again, but usually for different reasons. I usually need to just step away from whatever is causing the anxiety. Like for example, at ASIN, when my anxiety attack got really bad, I kind of cowered away from everybody. I went on my phone a lot. I was texting with my friend a lot, just trying to keep my mind off of what was causing the anxiety where I was. So that's usually the difference for me. For panic attacks, I usually try to seclude myself and handle it with like in a ball or crying or whatnot. But with anxiety, I am more likely to trying to find an outlet to get my mind off of what's causing the anxiety. So texting, phone calling, Skyping, if I am doing something else, and so forth and so on. So that's usually it. And again, the triggers are different for everybody. The reactions people have are different for everybody. And just remember though that panic attacks and anxiety attacks are two different things. So it's best not to get them confused. So anyway, last night is a good example of a panic attack for me. Last night I was on Instagram, and there was this stupid little thing going around, and it literally involved nothing that actually triggered me. Like, I have triggers of spiders, I have triggers of death, other fun things, and none of that was included in it. It was literally just a stupid, like, tag yourself and 12 others, like a chain post that was going around, and a few of my friends had done it, and that was fine, that was cool, no big deal. But while I was trying to scroll down to what I hadn't seen, or I thought I hadn't seen, my finger clicked on a tag button, and I saw people tagged in it that I knew that I didn't know my friend knew, and that's when the initial panic attack started, because quite a while ago at this point, beginning of the year, not even, maybe even later than that, some stuff happened, and there was a huge falling out with me and some friends. It did not go well, it did not end well, but it is what it is. I have made peace with that. But people that I know from actually a different thing, like I met these people at a convention last year, way out of state. They ended up meeting the people that I had the falling out with at local cons. And I had this really big fear, but before that, I saw them, that they had tagged it, and then right as the tag started, I realized, okay, wrong person. Like, the people that were tagged in it that I had the issue with weren't actually tagged by, like, the friend that I knew from the cons that I had gone to out of state. So I was like, okay, I'm feeling better. I know that they had friends, some of the friends that I had fallen out with, my friend knew from local cons, but that was recent. So I was like, okay. But the whole thing started because while I'm trying to figure this all out, I got really scared that people that knew that I had an issue, like the people that I had an issue with, if they found out that my friend knew me, they would talk shit. They would say shit. They would do whatever. And that would ruin a friendship that I had with my friend. Now, I give my friends a lot more credit than it sounds like. I feel like if something had come up, hopefully they would come to me and whatnot and try to figure things out. But I wasn't sure, and at this point my mind was gone, and I was terrified, and I literally started crying, just about crying. I was on my bed, curled up. I was just a mess. Luckily, a friend of mine messaging me, we were talking, whatever, and she calmed my nerves. But I mean, I was a complete disaster. I mean, very rarely do I ever tell somebody I'm not okay, and I was not okay last night. But it was bad. I mean, it was over something so stupid because I had this really big fear of like losing friends from former friendships, and that happened in one case but not another case. And my big fear was, though I know the falling out had been really bad with these people, that my friend that I knew didn't know at the time, they didn't know any of them. They never knew that we were friends. The group of people that I had falling out with don't know that I'm friends with this person, so it's kind of a moot point. But my fear was, like, we would go to a convention together, they would see them and see me, and then, you know, all of a sudden all this shit would talk, and I just wanted to avoid all of that. Because I have a huge fear of stuff like that happening, it just triggered, and I was a disaster within 20 minutes. As for the anxiety attacks, I had it obviously at ACEN. I've mentioned it multiple times in my posts and stuff like that, in my previous ACEN videos and vlogs and stuff like that, because it was just, I could not get away from the anxiety, and the anxiety kept building up. So while I had like this underlying anxiety because it was being dealt with over previous things that happened, other things were coming up, other things were being brought up. Certain things happened. I was excluded from something, and I don't even know why, but no one would tell me why. It was like this weird thing. And then I was thinking in the back of my mind going, well, is it me? Is something I did? Is something I didn't do? And whatever. So it was like a bunch of stuff that triggered it through that weekend, and it was just escalating as the weekend continued. But that was, you know, my own faults too, because but it was something that I couldn't control, and that's the thing. A lot of anxiety and panic attacks are from things you can't control. So that's what something people don't understand is, you know, I can't control when I have a panic attack or an anxiety attack or whatnot. I had a huge panic attack at work one day because I saw something that I didn't even know would trigger me. It was this stupid Photoshop thing, and I don't even want to describe it because it'll trigger me really badly, and I'd rather just not give the image in my mind. But I was literally at work, and I saw it, and it freaked me out, and I thought it was like a body thing. Like, I have really weird things with body. Like, if you Photoshop something on your body, certain designs, I will get freaked out by it. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter how I see it, I will get freaked out by it. So, and that's what happened. I was at work, I was bored, I was scrolling through Facebook, and it was going through Facebook. Like, all my friends had posted. And I was freaking out. I was totally freaking out. It disturbed me. I was at work, and I'm panicking. I'm trying to talk to my friends about it. My friend wants me to keep sending it to them so they can see it and try to explain to me that it's not a big issue. But I was panicking so much by the idea of it that I couldn't even do it. And they were like, oh, well, that's not a big deal, that's nothing. And I was a mess at work, and I saw another 2.5 hours. So, I mean, that's the extent of it. But, yeah, anxiety and panic attacks aren't fun at all. And I wanted to, and this doesn't really bring awareness to it because I'm just one person and I'm just one little, you know, dot on the spectrum, but it's something that I wanted to mention, and you know, talking about it also helps people feel better. So, and again, I want this to be a safe space. I want people to be able to come to me and talk to me and so forth and so on. So that is what the last couple of days have been for me. I was trying to think of a video that I want to make. ConnectiCon for me is in 2 weeks. My friend's flying out in 2 weeks. And I want to do a video on that. But this came up, and this was a much more important, I think, of a topic than ConnectiCon. ConnectiCon can happen next week. But yeah, so anxiety and panic attacks aren't fun. But on the plus side to this, I am actually moving in the 1st of September. I have an apartment with some friends I'll be staying with for the next year. So I'm excited. I get to tear my room apart and take down posters and stuff and move it to the apartment. So it's going to be a fun process. Thankfully, I move after Connecticut because I wouldn't want to do both. Nope. But anyway, so yeah, so 2 minuses and a plus, and that's my plus. So I will see you guys next week with a much better video, much better quality, much better topic, a lot of fun stuff. So I look forward to that one. I hope you guys do too. I should be getting a loot crate soon, which will be even cooler because it's the end of the month, and I usually get a loot crate at the end of the month. So look forward to that. I will see you guys next week. Have a good day. Have a great week. Till later.